Welcome to Real Talk No Shade with your host, Heavenly Angel. This is the podcast where we tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. And today, I just want to say, why do parents do what they do? So we grow up in a world and our parents are the first people that make and have a big difference on us as we grow up, molding us into the people we are today. And who's to say that they didn't do a great job or that they did? Because we are full of mistakes. Everyone has mistakes and make them in their lives because nobody is perfect. But you alone still have a big impact on yourself as well. So no matter what background you come from, you matter the most. And all we need our parents to do is just stop talking and open their ears and listen sometimes. There are so many things that our parents do that we quite don't understand. For example, we can say a simple thing and they will turn the whole subject into something that has nothing to do with the situation, but whatever they say is completely right, and we're just like, that's not what we said, but okay. Like that type of situation. But the thing I hate the most as a child and what my parents do is I hate when they compare me. You should be more like your sister, or oh, if you ain't your dad's child. Like for real, I don't like being compared to. I'm my own person, so don't compare me. So those are just the small things that parents do that affect us as a child growing up, and it's irritating. That's one thing for sure. It is super irritating. But you know, like, what can we do to really change the way we feel? Ain't nobody perfect, but they constantly treat us in a way that constantly emotionally affect us, and sometimes even physically affect us, because now we're growing up in an unstable household. Now we're doing this and we're having to cope with things that we quite don't know how to cope with. And it's just like, how can you handle someone that put you into this world and they're treating you this type of way? They're making you feel ways that you shouldn't be feeling because they are the ones that put you in this world. So why do you feel that type of way? And I'm not gonna say that all teenagers feel this way, but if you do, you are not alone. I am 100% with you, and who else is watching this video is here with you too. So our parents grew up in a different time that is nothing compared to ours, a different era, to be honest. They grew up in an era where they had to work and they didn't really have time to think because they were always working. We, on the other hand, that have that luxury of just going into our room and just chillaxing. We don't have to worry about work. Yes, maybe sometimes school, but really nothing really else affects us as much as work, you know? So like, all we have to do is just chillax. So they might say these very hurtful things, and as a child, if it happened to them, they would be like, okay, I gotta go freaking, I don't know, walk a mile to school. Like, they didn't care. But for us, we have nothing, so we just go into our rooms and we think, why are we feeling this way? What's wrong? How could they say that? Am I not good enough? They always put these things on you, and it causes us to have this type of feeling that just, I don't know how to explain it, but we just don't feel good enough. That's the best way to put it. So I'm saying, don't hate your parents. Don't just like say, oh, they don't think I'm good enough. They always constantly downgrade my body or whatever they might downgrade, your brain or anything. And you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm never good enough. I'm saying don't hate them, because sometimes it could just be a misunderstanding. A lack of communication is usually what we have with our parents, because either they are always trying to be right, they're always trying to make things up, try to make us seem like we're being disrespectful when we're just simply stating an actual fact, or it's just how we feel. So they grew up in a different era where respect and disrespect had two different meanings. Stating a fact was disrespectful back in their time. So, because all they had to say was yes ma'am, no ma'am, and go back to what they were doing. But for us, we're trying to prove facts because we have the technology right here in our phone. Like right in our hand. Like right in our hands. We don't have to do all the extra thinking. We don't have to go to the library. We don't have to do all the extra stuff. And yes, my wallpaper is Lil Peep. But we don't have to do all that extra stuff. We just had to just chillax. Our life is really, our generation is really just a slide through. We're just dealing with things emotionally than they are physically. We have more of an emotional era and they have a more physical era. What work are you putting in? And we have a, I don't even know, like we have like a, everything is handed to us. We don't have to work for nothing. So that's what we have. So we have to deal with how to be mentally strong other than physically strong. Yes, we do need to be physically strong as well, but mentally, this is what our generation needs the most. So what I'm saying is your parents might never change, but the way you handle them should. They should never have that much mental control over you because you are still your individual person. Yes, they are a part of you, but you are still a person of your own. They put you in this world, so now you have to stay in it and fight. Fight for your mental freedom. Fight for your mental stability. You don't have to just be a victim of constantly being put down. You can detach from this and you can be your own person. Don't let, oh, I put you in this world, let you freaking like, oh, now so you control everything. Like, no, don't let them have that full control of you. You are still your own person. Our parents had to be physically strong, so we have to be mentally strong. It's a two package in our life that we have to have. Don't feel like this is just it. You have to deal with this forever. Yes, when you get a little bit able to communicate with your feelings, because that's the main thing that you need, to be able to communicate your feelings. That's when everything will be better. So just don't feel like that's all that you have to deal with. There is a way to have a better connection with your parents. There are better ways to be with your parents, you know? There's like a better way. Don't let being put down affect you, because at the end of the day, you have to have that mental strongness. This is the Real Talk, No Shade. Thank you for listening. Follow me on my Instagram and listen to my podcast because I couldn't really have a lot of time because my camera keeps dying on me. So listen to the podcast. It's way better than this one right now. And just have a great day. Stay strong, kings and queens.